Temps are dropping, making roads slick with black ice. Once again, part of the metro area hit with a 1-2 punch. Kids out enjoying it. Will they enjoy the day off tomorrow? We have the latest forecast, school closures, and more. Our team coverage starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Crystal Gutierrez. Brutal cold temps and inches of snow has made travel a nightmare for lots of New Mexicans this weekend, and the drive could be difficult into tomorrow morning. News 13's Chris McKee starts our team coverage. He's live in Northeast Albuquerque tonight. Chris?
Hey Crystal, we're out here at I-40 and Tramway right now, and you probably see some of the snow flurries actually coming down right here. The roads are actually dry here and actually not too much black ice or even spotty sort of wet spots here to even speak of. However, once you start getting east of Tramway, that's when the roads really do start getting wet, and there is a big chance for black ice up there. Up towards Sodillo Hill, there's still about 2 feet of snow off the road again. The roads are clear but wet up there. Now, this storm has been a big test for New Mexicans. Tons of drivers have crashed all weekend, making this a huge mess for miles.
On the ground and in the air, there were plenty of warning signs. But dozens of drivers were still left limping across New Mexico after the first big storm of the season.
This is a nice little storm.
New Mexico DOT says big crashes forced it to close some or all lanes of multiple interstates and highways over the weekend.
Most of those I could probably attribute to speed.
On I-40 alone, state police helped respond to 36 different crashes since Friday night. One of the biggest on I-40 East Saturday night near Laguna, where this semi jackknifed on Bear Road, blocking traffic for more than 3 hours.
People not respecting the fact that it's cold, there's a lot of moisture out there. The pavement may look black, but the ice that forms on it really going to create havoc.
Sunday morning, more jackknifed semis on I-40 East, likely the worst near Dancing Eagle Casino, where this truck full of orange fruit crashed right alongside another semi that went totally through a guardrail, blocking one lane of traffic. On I-25, similar scenes both north and south, including this semi near La Bajada veering off the road. Then, down near Socorro, this semi's trailer was completely torn apart after sliding off the road as well. State DOT says it's been working hard to keep things safe.
Our crews have been out there on 12-hour shifts since Friday. Get the snow off the road, drop salt and cinders on the road.
But they say drivers need to do their part too and slow down.
Now, state police say out of the 36 crashes it responded to this weekend, 14 of those crashes actually left injuries for the people involved as well. There's, again, no moisture here at about I-40 and Tramway, but once you again start getting east of here, that's when the roads start getting wet. There's a big chance for black ice going into the morning commute, so drivers really need to be cautious if they're in the East Mountain area. Crystal, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. Great advice. Police are reporting at least 2 deaths caused by the winter storm. A California woman died in a crash near Gallup on I-40 yesterday. A crash on Friday claimed the life of a 4-year-old girl who was a passenger in a car. Her family was traveling on US 70 out in Roosevelt County near Portales. Police say she was not wearing a seatbelt when the car slid and overturned on the shoulder. One area of the state that could see another round of winter weather, Santa Fe, the capital city, already dealing with dangerous driving conditions heading into tonight. That's where News 13's Cole Miller continues our team coverage. Cole?
Crystal, we're out here on a pretty quiet Cerrillos Road, and even though plows have been busy much of the day, many of the streets here in Santa Fe still very slick, and things could get even worse in just a matter of hours. Starting overnight and into the morning hours, snow continued to fall in Santa Fe.
I love it. I think it's beautiful.
Residents here were thrilled, and with good reason. The capital city was the hardest hit area in the metro from the storm. Anywhere from 6 to 8 inches of snow fell, serving for a bitterly cold wake-up call. Out on the historic plaza, a small crowd braved the chilling weather and slippery roads.
Slick. I mean, there's a lot of snow on top of ice that's just being, packed on the more cars are riding over it.
And that's what drivers are having to deal with. Many roads are a complete sheet of ice.
It doesn't take much to spin out and get involved in an accident.
Police Chief Raymond Rael says winter's first blast caused at least 12 accidents in the capital city, 3 of which caused minor injuries. Rael says since some of that ice melted this afternoon, it could mean more trouble later on.
There are some spots that have been sanded where the pavement is clear but remains wet. Once it starts freezing tonight, then I believe we're going to have some dangerous conditions with some of the ice.
And we may sound like a broken record, but if you don't have to go out, stay home. If you do have to go out, give yourself plenty of time and slow down. And right now, Crystal, the temperatures are well below freezing out here, meaning these roads are going to be slick for quite some time. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Cole. And another town hit the hardest by the winter storm saw a heavy hand of packed snow. These pictures taken by viewer Dr. Del Shank out in Portales shows a neighborhood covered with inches of thick white powder. Residents in Portales saw as much as 8 inches of snow there. So how low will temps go overnight and what can you expect for the morning commute? Let's get right to meteorologist Chris Gilson.
Well, Crystal, we're not quite done yet with the snow. We still have winter storm warnings in effect for northern New Mexico into southern Colorado. That runs until tomorrow morning, and a winter weather advisory for Lee and Eddy County that also runs until early on your Monday morning. So we're going to see more snow as we head into the overnight hours because the storm system that's been wreaking havoc over the area is still churning and spinning in northern New Mexico. And on the backside of this system, we still have enough energy and moisture to spark snow showers as we head into the overnight hours. Details coming up on who will get the snow, when, and how much. And then we'll take a look at that Thanksgiving forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Albuquerque was not spared this time around. Snow started falling in downtown Albuquerque overnight, and it did not let up this morning. While the flurries were light at times, it was enough to cover cars, streets, and even sidewalks. In northeast Albuquerque, residents awoke to their own blanket of snow. Crews worked to clear the way for shoppers, shoveling snow and ice from the sidewalks. For customers, a change of weather came with mixed emotions. In southeast Albuquerque, the snow brought on more work for some residents. Others stepped out to enjoy it while it lasted. Some worked fast to make a winter snow favorite, and although it was small, Frosty was sitting pretty on a park bench. Snow was still coming down in the South Valley, maybe a little too much, as most of the jungle gyms were anything but full out at the Los Padillas Community Center this morning. Out grazing the fields were the cows, who didn't seem to mind the cold weather much. It's been said that getting an inch of snow is like winning 10 cents in the lottery. And while just an inch of snow reportedly fell in Rio Rancho, some kids made the most of the early winter blast. News 13's Kayla Ayers reports.
For a brief time this morning, Rio Rancho turned into a winter wonderland. Snow fell steadily, resting on fence posts, blanketing a cactus, even building up on some roads, forcing drivers to slow down. But kids and canines alike enjoyed this first glimpse of winter by making snow angels, practicing snowboarding, and trying their hand at sledding.
It is my first time actually sledding.
Although the snow was sparse, that didn't stop families from having fun.
I like it.
And diving head first into winter. In Rio Rancho, Kayla Ayers, KRQE News 13.
And the snow has led to some closures and delays across the state. Santa Fe public schools are delayed 2 hours tomorrow. St. Michael's and Santa Fe also delayed until 10 tomorrow morning. Portales Municipal Schools are closed tomorrow. Eastern New Mexico University in Portales also closed tomorrow for students. Employees still have to report to work, though, but some are delayed. For more information on these and other closures, log on to KRQE.com. Snow showers in southeast New Mexico finally came to a halt this afternoon, just in time for Roswell residents to enjoy the 2 inches of white that fell over the weekend. News 13's Emily Younger has more.
Smash! For some, a November whiteout means a memorable snowball fight.
I'm really excited. It's a lot of fun to be able to come outside and play in the snow.
For others, it means a whole lot of extra work.
It's really comforting to see the moisture, but it can get a little frustrating having to get a little messy.
Mark Fuentes has lived in Roswell for more than 30 years. He says this weekend's storm is one of the worst he's ever seen.
It's nice to see actually with a lot of white on the ground because normally when it does snow, it's snowing, it don't even stick, or it's gone the same days.
Lucinda Garcia says she agrees.
Usually it just comes in like covers the ground and that's it, and then it'll melt like the next day. But today it's just like sticking.
Snow flurries and blizzard-like temperatures swept through the southeast this weekend, covering roads, dusting fields, and icing sidewalks. Today, the sun peeked out and melted a majority of that white powder, clearing up many Roswell streets. But in some parts of town, there's still quite a bit of snow on the ground and on the vehicles. Here at the Roswell studio, we're measuring just at 2 inches of snow. It's a snow that has residents overwhelmed with excitement and hopeful for the future.
Excited for things to come, hopefully we get plenty more.
It's not enough.
Not enough?
Yeah, we need more.
In Roswell, Emily Younger, KRQE News 13.
And according to state police, there have been no major accidents in or around Roswell because of this storm. For the latest on weather conditions, stay with KRQE News 13 on air and, of course, online. Also, join us tomorrow morning for more continued weather coverage starting at 4:30 in the morning. And for the latest on school closures across the state, go to krqe.com and click on links.